Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. This is a channel where I go over my investing portfolios and show you guys what's been going on in my different accounts. So if that's content you're interested in and like to see updates like that, go ahead and subscribe, stick around, and maybe you'll see some stuff that's interesting to you. In today's video, I am actually going over a new mobile platform that I've been using for about the past month or so. It is called Dividend Flows. You can find it on the Google Play Store. It is currently in beta, and I believe they do have like a subscription model just to get some extra features. So I do have that. I like supporting developers in that way. Plus, you get access to like more features, no ads, blah 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 blah, more tools. But you can see here on the home screen, we have a totals, charts, ad stock, cash flow, unlisted assets, and portfolio. I really only use the cash flows, totals, or the portfolio button. So let's go ahead and dig into the totals. Now, disclosure here, this is all of my investing portfolios lumped into one. So everything I've invested in since I turned 18 and could invest on my own is all listed here. So 401k, Roth IRA, HSA, Acorns, M1 Finance. Anything extra in Fidelity, my bumped account, Worthy, it's all in here. It's all taken into account. It's all being crunched. So we can look at our monthly dividend average, and it's thinking I will get about $120 average each month from my current portfolio. That's about a 2.7% yield. So some of my holdings in here have a low yield, which is why that's lower. Some of them actually have 0% yield because they're considered a growth stock, but I put them in here anyway just to get an accurate representation of my portfolio. So let's go back. The charts page you can look at. It's not really that useful if you have a lot of holdings. It kind of becomes convoluted, so I don't use it that much. The ad stock page, you can look up a certain stock. So I'll look up Apple. Apple, and anything related, so like Apple Incorporated or Apple Hospitality REIT will pop up. Apologize, that was my dryer. Sounds like the clothes are dry. So let's go back home. The cash flow, and I'll get more into this afterwards, so you can kind of see the dividends you can expect each month. Add unlisted, so something that's not a stock, maybe bonds, rent income, you can add here manually. It's a little bit harder to track, but it's kind of nice that you are able to do that. Then the portfolio, which has everything listed here nicely, so like all the holdings with their ticker, their yield, and their total value. So if I organize this, I'll go alphabetically. Everything's listed here. Like I said, the ticker, then the yield, then the total value. So this app isn't meant to sort of give you an app like your yield on cost or anything like that. None of those metrics. It's basically, it'll give you a snapshot of the value of your shares given the last day's close. So for instance, Apple Hospitality REIT, you click into it, it's a stock. Last close, it was $15.69 a share. So with how many shares you have in here, which I have 79.41735, it'll give you the market value. So it doesn't show you a gain or a loss, it just simply states the facts and shows you the yield. You can update these real easily if you buy more shares, so it's really nice and intuitive in that way. So I'll just scroll through this, you can take a look, see if there's any tickers you recognize, any funds that you hold. Anything interesting. So some of these little funds, you can see like $2 worth, probably earned through the bumped app, like Home Depot, Red Robin Gourmet Burgers. Not much value to them yet, but you know, maybe they'll grow. Yeah, that's the whole point, right? And then you can see Worthy down here. I was able to put my Worthy bonds in here. So last close, of course, each bond's $10. They give a 5% yield annually. And basically, as I get another bond, I'll just update the quote-unquote shares. So let's go ahead and dig back into the cash flows page. So I touched on it earlier, but now we'll take some detailed looks at it. This basically shows, like I said, what dividends you can expect in which month. So a total, you can see August $77, September $64, October $145, November back to $77, December $402, and that is probably because I think the fund in my 401k, it either pays annually or semi-annually, and one of the payments hits in December, so that's a large chunk. So on and so forth. But the really cool thing is you can hit detail and you can break down, or at least find the breakdown of which funds pay which amount and just which funds are even paying that month in general. So for instance, this August, Apple Hospitality, $7.94, CVS, a whopping 3 cents. There's some Fidelity Funds, Gladstone, LQD, Realty Income, P&G, Starbucks, SHY, AT&T, Reeves Utility, looks like one of my funds from my HSA, Verizon, Worthy, and Yum Brands, all listed here. So then if you go to maybe September, you can see different funds or stocks are listed. Again, that's because I offset a bunch of my holdings so that each month a different stock would pay its dividend, just so that there's at least one each month. I'm not considering monthly payers, so I kind of plan that strategically. For instance, in September, Pepsi pays out, but in August, AT&T paid out. So it's just a really good way to sort of visualize that. Let's see, October, you can see one of my larger holdings, Capital Southwest, $41.25, pays out. And if we go to December, who is it that's paying out large in December? Not quite sure. Looks like FNSFX, $214. Now, I forget exactly what fund that is. That might be in my 401k, it might be in my Roth, but that's a sizable chunk, but you don't see that every month. That's either annual or semi-annual. But there you have it, guys. Dividend flows. It helps keep track of all these different incomes from different stocks that I have, different holdings, and different bonds and such. So it just gives me a good visual of what money I can be expecting in. Now, this is also just a snapshot, so this assumes that I'm never going to invest more money again. It doesn't take into account reinvesting my dividends, which is why you have to go into your portfolio and update holdings manually, because you're going to get more, you're going to grow those positions, and then your cash flows are going to increase. So it's a simple tool if you don't like all the deep analysis of your dollar cost averaging, your yield on cost, your growth year over year, and you just want to know, how many do I hold right now, and what kind of money can I expect from it? So a very simple view, which kind of goes along with my style of investing. I don't dig very deep. I throw money at it, I let it return money back to me, and then I reinvest it. Simple as that. If I make money, I make money. If I lose money, I lose money. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Maybe this is an app you'll check out. Either way, guys, appreciate you taking the time. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll get more of these types of videos out to you in the future. Thanks.